Welcome everyone to the Merciful Metal channel. My name is Thomas. Today I got another challenge for you, yes, you, Steve. Um, Sometimes I do like challenges, threats, whatever you want to call them. I can challenge you guys, but I don't want to threaten you. So I'm challenging you. I have another topic. I came up with another idea. A little while ago, I was browsing on Discogs on my collection, through my collection, and um, I was looking for something specific, so I used like one of the filters to search on a specific year. And then I noticed that Discogs shows you how many items you have per year. And then I checked, because I didn't know this beforehand. From what year do I own the most records? And that is the challenge of today. I want to challenge you guys to look it up as well. Check this on your Discogs. Go to your collection, go to the filter, select the year, and there you can see of which year in your collection has the most records. So that's the only thing, and then show 10 albums. Just show 10 albums from that certain year that you have the most records of in your collection. Now, I checked mine because I want to explain something here. But mine is 1984. The most records that I have in my collection are from 1984. Only about 90, 89, 90, something like that. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is quite a lot. So I'm going to show you guys 10 of my favorite records. I mean, not necessarily my top 10 favorite records from 1984, but just some of my favorite records from 1984, because that is the year that is the most in my collection. Now, before I'm going to show you the albums, there's one flaw with this system. Because this album does not show up in 1984 because it is a 2016 reissue. So this one shows up at 2016. This album does show up in 1984 because it is a reissue from 1984 and not an original from 1982. So this one does show up in 1984, though it is originally from 1982. So that's kind of the flaw with the system. It only shows you albums that were actually released, like the actual albums that were released in 1984, and not just like the press. It only shows the press from 1984 and not the original album from 1984. Like, I would have loved to show this album, but this is a reissue from 2024. So this one shows up at 2024 and not at 1984. So yeah, it is originally from 1984, but an original is fucking expensive. But yeah, this does fall under the year 1984, but it doesn't show up at the year 1984 because the album itself is a 2024 release. So that's kind of the flaw. Feel open to interpret this the way you want. Free expression for this challenge. If you want to show 1984 albums that are reissues, that's fine. But this one, this is not a 1984 album, just a 1984 press of a 1982 album. So that one doesn't really count, but a reissue that was originally from 1984, yeah, we accept that. So 10 albums from 1984. I'll just start with this one, with the biggest one, Power Slave. Lately I've been gravitating more towards the Baldiano stuff from Iron Maiden, but this is the like very early when I just discovered heavy metal. This is really one of the albums, or like a lot of songs on here is where I started my heavy metal journey. So even though I don't pull out the Bruce Dickinson stuff a lot lately, it's still like, yeah, I still love this stuff. I mean, Ace is High, one of the first Iron Maiden songs that I ever heard. And that is, from what I remember, one of these songs that really made me fall in love with this album. Let's see, I just picked them out at random. So Warlord and the Cannons of Destruction have begun. Warlord is such a fantastic and underrated band. This album and their first EP, just fucking incredible stuff. I love heavy metal like this. Child of the Damned, Deliver Us from Evil, Black Mass, Lost and Lonely Days, love that song as well. Lucifer's Hammer. God damn, did fucking Warlord. I'm still looking for that first EP, but this one also just fantastic stuff. Here's one I showed not too long ago. In February, I found this one at a local rec fair. I was looking for this one for a while. This is Sound Barrier, Born to Rock. This is the first full-on African American band to have released an album on a major label. This is their second one. Little EP, Born to Rock. Fantastic album. Just solid heavy metal. The title track, Born to Rock, is definitely the best one on here. It's a song from just over 2 minutes, but it just fantastic song. Do or Die, Raging Heart, Conquer the World is great as well. There's a cover on here of Born to Be Wild, which is one of the, if not the most covered song in heavy metal. But still, yeah, fantastic little EP. 1984. Battlecry, Omen. Also just fantastic. You can hear today the adjectives are not really inspiring. It's all just fantastic today. So many great songs on here. Battlecry, In the Arena, Die by the Blade, Last Rites, Dragon's Breath, The Axeman, Death Rider. If someone would ask me what is like heavy metal, this is one of these albums that I would show. This is just pure heavy metal. Balls, melody. This is the definition of heavy metal. An album like this, that early US power metal, and that cover is bad but so fucking good. Yeah. Got no music in the background today. I don't know why, but you have to hear it, do it with the sound of the rain. It's raining today. There's even thunder today. Santa. Of course, I'm going to show you some obscure stuff or more foreign stuff as well. Reincarnation. The Santa, legendary band in the Spanish scene. Mostly known for, what the fuck is her name? Azucena. Yeah, that one. The female vocalist of this band. Fantastic. This is their debut album from 1984. Yeah, fantastic heavy metal. Yeah, I feel like in the Spanish scene, this definitely is a classic album. The title track and opening track at the same time, fantastic. Fuera en la calle, also great. Al lado del diablo. Closing track, Sobrevivir. The rest is just fucking great. Hero de Papel. Santa, which is like more of an instrumental thing, or like, I can't remember. Yeah, this one is getting a spin tonight, clearly. But it's definitely a fantastic album. If you don't know these guys, check out the title track, Reincarnation. Great stuff. If you want to hear something funny, earlier today my dad visited, and he told us, we were talking about the fucking weather, I don't know, and we were talking about that there was a thunderstorm coming up, and he mentioned that when he was a kid, his father was Indonesian, and because of superstition, he was not allowed during thunderstorms. He was not allowed to look in a mirror during a thunderstorm, just because of superstition. And that was, yeah, I thought that was hilarious. So when he left, I looked it up, and apparently it is because of superstition. They think that if you look into the mirror during a thunderstorm, the lightning might suck your soul away through the mirror. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. That was funny as hell to me. Superstition is very interesting, and paranormal shit, whatever. But just the fact that you're not allowed to look in a mirror during a thunderstorm, I don't know, that's hilarious to me. Absolute classic. Great album. Probably the most classic album in the French heavy metal scene. Sortilège, Metamorphos. I don't have to explain, or I don't have to mention anymore, that this is one of my favorite bands. I think of the 3 Sortilège albums, this one is number 3 for me. Then the last album is 2, and then the first EP is number 1 for me. It's like a little Sortilège ranking. But that doesn't mean that this album is anything but good, because it is fantastic. Yeah, D'ailleurs, Majesté, Hymne à la mort. Oh, my French pronunciation. I know I have a lot of French viewers. Légende. Délire d'un vous. Oh, that song is so fucking good. Délire d'un vous. Which perfectly portrays the vocal abilities of Christian Augustin Zuil. He has such an amazing voice. He's one of the most underrated vocalists in heavy metal. Yeah, fantastic. Some of the best tracks on here are Légende and Majesté, Délire d'un vous, D'ailleurs. Yeah, not offensive at all. Sortilège. There's another deep cut from Italy. Warning Games from Occulta. Not the greatest band, not the greatest album cover, um, but what a great album. There are such jams on this album. Some songs are a miss, but the songs that hit, they hit. Um, the opening track Will Play Again, um, title track Warning Games, Entity, Witch's Chant. Yeah, the songs that hit, they hit so hard. Fantastic album, fantastic album. Great album. Okula, Warning Games from Italy. I really recommend listening to the tracks that I just mentioned because they are like, I wouldn't necessarily call it speed metal, but it's like that heavy metal with a little bit more edge to it. We'll play again. We'll play again. Sorry, Warning Games, Entity, Witch's Chant. Pick one of these four. Listen to these guys. Vocals, they do sing in English, but because of the Italian language barrier, it sounds a bit goofy. But still, what an album! 3 more to go, by the way. Don't worry. Incubus, To the Devil a Daughter, a late new wave of British heavy metal album. I mean, by the time of 1984, I don't consider it new wave of British heavy metal anymore because after 4 years, the wave is not new anymore. 4 years is a long time. But still, this album, this is one of these exceptions to the rule that I still would consider new wave of British heavy metal. Just like that Trader's Gate EP, Devil Takes a High Road. That one, this one, really like perfect examples of that new wave of British heavy metal sound. I know it's more of a movement than a specific genre, but still when I think of the new wave, it's stuff like this, that very galloping, mild stuff, melodic. Yeah, this album is just so many good songs on here. Highway to Hell, Life Beyond the Grave, Tight Fisted, To the Devil Daughter, Helen of Troy, Night of Vengeance. All fantastic. That galloping, mild, new wave of British heavy metal sound. Love this album. Love it so much. I picked it up years ago for not too crazy of a price, but this is one of these albums that even in my time of collecting has skyrocketed in price. So I'm glad I picked it up early on. I can't miss something from Japan. This Makeup Straight Liner. Not as much heavy metal. What a glare. Not as much heavy metal, more on the hard rock side, but still there are like heavy metal moments, heavy metal tracks on here. For example, Energy One. That song is just fantastic. The energy, the keyboards, there's a lot of keyboards in here, which I obviously love, and the melodies and the hooks on this album. It is, like I said, more on the hard rock side, but it is so hooky. Fantastic. Just fantastic album. One of my favorite Japanese releases. It's not an expensive or rare album. In fact, it's really cheap. But it is such a fun, such a catchy, hooky, memorable album. Just a fun album. It opens with a daring move. The opening track on here is a cover of Fox on the Run, Japanese style, but they do it works. It works. It is a great cover. It is a great song to begin with, but they give it like their own touch to it. so it really like fits in with the rest of the album. It is a daring move to put it out like as the album opener, but whatever. It is. I love this album. And the last one, also shown not too long ago. Hex No Escape. Just straightforward US power metal. Again, one of these albums that I would show like, this is heavy metal. Terror, Invader, The Other Side, Look to the Sky, Beware the Darkness, Night, like all of them. Blah, 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 blah. Great album, 1984. I mean, Hex is in the underground known as that band that can decide what it wants to be. But because of that, we have plenty of great albums from one band spanning over like 4 different genres. I did call this like US power metal, but it is more on the like traditional heavy metal side compared to like their second album, which is also US power metal, but more aggressive, like US power metal. Even though I would categorize them both in that style, they are vastly different. This one is like more traditional, and the second one is like more aggressive, you know, in the vein of like Jack Panzer and shit like that. But yeah, this also such an underrated album that not enough people talk about. Hex No Escape. I love that cover. This is the cheesy 80s shiny logo. Just fantastic fantasy cheese airbrushed cover. I love it. Love this album. So those were the 10 albums that I picked for 1984, the most prevalent year in my collection. Do you say it like that? I think so. You know what I mean. 1984 is the year that is like that has the most records in my collection. So I hope you guys jump on this challenge. I think it's quite interesting stuff like this. Like how many of you guys know what the biggest year in your collection is? I don't think many know. So I think it's interesting to check this out. Like if you're a death metal guy, it's probably more around 1990 or 91, 92, whatever. But if you're more traditional like me, it's more towards the like 1984, 1985. That was the second place, by the way, with like 82 records, 1985. It's quite interesting, and I think this can give quite fun results. Maybe you didn't expect the year. I expected myself to be more like 1986, 1984. Was a little surprise to me, but also not. But I would love to see your answers. You can also just leave a comment if you don't want to make a specific video, or if you don't make videos, just leave a comment on what is the biggest year in your collection, and 10 of some of your favorite albums from that year. I would love to know, especially the guys with like larger collections. I would love to see that. So let's see how many people jump on this. Don't feel obligated. You can also just leave a comment. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next video. I hope to see a video response from you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.